ਬ੍ਰਿਟਿਸ਼ ਕੋਲੰਬੀਆ ਵਿੱਚ ਪ੍ਰਧਾਨ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਜਸਟਿਨ ਟਰੂਡੋ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਦੀ ਸਮੁੰਦਰੀ ਸੁਰੱਖਿਆ ਯੋਜਨਾ ਦੇ ਅਗਲੇ ਪੜਾਅ ਦੀ ਰੂਪਰੇਖਾ ਉਲੀਕੀ, ਜਿਸ ਵਿੱਚ 2022 ਦੇ ਸੰਘੀ ਬਜਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਐਲਾਨ ਕੀਤੇ ਗਏ $2 ਬਿਲੀਅਨ ਨਿਵੇਸ਼ ਵੀ ਸ਼ਾਮਿਲ ਹੈ। ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਹਾਕੀ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਆਲੇ ਦੁਆਲੇ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੇ ਵਿਵਾਦ ਅਤੇ ਰਾਸ਼ਟਰੀ ਜੂਨੀਅਰ ਟੀਮ ਦੇ ਮੈਂਬਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਾਮਲ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਲੇ 2018 ਦੇ ਕਥਿਤ ਜਿਨਸੀ ਹਮਲੇ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਚਰਚਾ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ।
Canada has some of the most beautiful places in the world, and where we are today is a perfect example of that, with mountains, ocean, fresh air, whales, fish, birds, and all kinds of wildlife. In fact, as Patrick mentioned, the Salish Sea right behind me is one of the most richly biodiverse places on Earth. And I don't have to tell anyone here why it matters that we protect these spaces. Of course, not all governments have always felt the same. Under the previous government, promises to protect our oceans went unfulfilled again and again, with Coast Guard centres closed, with environmental protections slashed, with legislation gutted, and scientists muzzled. So 7 years ago, when our government took office, we knew we had to do something big that was ambitious and that makes sure that Canada is doing everything necessary to protect our waters. So in 2016, we launched the Oceans Protection Plan to protect animals and ecosystems, to make marine shipping safer, to work in partnership with Indigenous peoples and coastal communities. To take just 2 examples here in BC, we reopened the Kitts Coast Guard Station in Vancouver that the previous government had closed. We protected species like the southern resident killer whales, along with 300 other measures across the country. We've done a lot since 2016. Marine species are better protected, shipping is safer, and we've built strong relationships with Indigenous and coastal communities. But now, it's time to be even more ambitious. Today, we are launching the Oceans Protection Plan 2.0 with another $2 billion in funding to back it up as we renew and expand this work across the country, including continuing our work in the Great Lakes and on the St. Lawrence. We'll take action to combat emerging threats to our marine safety and ecosystems, and we'll strengthen partnerships with Indigenous peoples who must be our partners and in many ways our leaders as we move forward on protecting these extraordinary ecosystems. A good example is the work that we're doing right here together on the Salish Sea strategy. We'll continue to protect and restore this rich ecosystem in a way that respects Indigenous and treaty rights and traditional knowledge. And we'll deploy technologies that reduce the impacts of underwater noise so that marine mammals can safely communicate with each other and navigate through these waters. The Oceans Protection Plan 2.0 is about moving forward with new, bold action with partners from coast to coast to coast to protect and restore our oceans. We can't help but feel hopeful when we hear stories like the new baby orca born to one of the southern killer whale families for the first time in over a decade.